Hello, this is Sergio from ZbxWizz. Today's episode is going to be a short one, as I will introduce a very important topic, data exports from Zabbix. What I want today to do is to export a list of hosts with their IPs and host groups and tags. Let's take a look at one of them. So it has the device type host group and the location host group. Then as for the tags, we have the SLA and we have the team. These infos, we want to extract them in separate columns and in the end export the data as a CSV file. So let's get started. First, I need to create a new sheet where I'm going to import the data. I'm going to click on the import from Zabbix and let's take a look at the request. The request is already prepared. We're going to retrieve the name, host and the host ID, the IP from the interfaces, the host groups and the tags. Now one more thing which is missing from this list is the filter. Why? Because I don't want to retrieve all the hosts. I want to retrieve only a subset of them. And this subset will consist of all the hosts which names begin with device. So actually not the filter, but rather the search we're gonna use. Name, device. Okay, I just need now to select the resource which I want to retrieve and I can import the data. So there it is. The next thing that I want to do is to extract this data in separate columns. So I want to have a column with the device type and the column with the location. For this, I'm going to use the transformations. I can access the transformations clicking on the column index and then selecting the transform from the menu. There are multiple ways to access that data. The most straightforward way is to access the cell which I want to transform. That would be cell number 3. We can see already as we type, the expressions are evaluated and we can already see the output. Now this value is actually a JSON string. In order to process it in an easier manner, I need to convert it to an object and I will use this function. Now from the output perspective, you see is the same stuff. It doesn't look different. But the thing is, all the cell values are actually plain text, and if I want to process them in a different way than just text, I need to convert them to objects. Now I can filter. I will filter because what we get here is an array, and I will filter this array to match, to return only those members of the array which have the name device. T.name match device. Okay, there we have it. Now this is still an array, so I need to access the first element of the array and then get the name. Okay, now let's say I want to get rid of this part of the device type and just keep this one, and I will use the split function and get the last element. So there I have it. Now the next column which I want to populate is the column with the location. I keep the dialog open, and the way to retrieve the location, now we see here that we have two host groups, one of them being the device, the other one holding the location. Now I cannot match the location directly because it varies. Here I have Sydney, here I have Singapore and so on, so there is no pattern which I could use, but I could use a negative pattern. So basically all the ones which don't contain the device in their name. So that I have it, I need now to select the column where I'm going to put this, column 7, apply, and voila, there I have it. In the next step I will extract the IP address. For this I address column 4 where the IP address has been where the interface has been saved, and this is pretty straightforward. I have an array, I access the first element and then the IP member. I just need now to select the column 8, apply, and voila, now I have a column with only the IP address. And now about the tags, I'm going to extract the tags. For this we do a similar thing what we did before with the host groups. Now again we filter, tag, match, SLA, and value. So now I have the SLA value. I will put this one in column 9, apply, and the same, I'll do the same for the team. And this I'm going to put it in column 10. And that's it. Now I just need to clean up a little bit the table. This column, yes, this one as well. And now let's rename the columns so we know what it is about. This is the device type. This is the location. And this is the IP. SLA and owner. And that's it. Now we have all the data that we want. We can just go ahead and export it. And what I have here, I have a few options. I can export all the data in the table. I can export only the selected ones or only the visible ones. So I'll just go ahead and click on the export, and let's open it and see what do we get. So we get what we expect. Now you'll notice that there are these columns. This is well, almost a bug. It's a bug which is not bugging us, but in the future I will take care to remove those empty columns. And that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you find this useful and you learned something new about ZbxWizz today.